Hey there, Dr. Ava Bogard, wanting to remind you that learning a new language means the sky's the limit.
Faster Fluency, a complete manual to teach yourself a new language. Table of Contents. Introduction. Why you should read this book. Chapter 1, Setup for Success. Chapter 2, Pronunciation. Chapter 3, Listening. Chapter 4, Vocabulary. Chapter 5, Reading. Chapter 6, Grammar. Chapter 7, Writing. Chapter 8, Speaking Online. Chapter 9, Speaking with Strangers. Chapter 10, Sample Curriculum. About the author. Other products by Dr. Ava Bogard. Introduction. Were you ever in foreign language classes in middle school, high school, or college? If so, I bet at the end of your course, you were not able to speak your new language for any sustained amount of time. I'll also guess that you never had regular speaking practice with a variety of native speakers in those courses. Maybe you were actually good at your chosen language, but the opportunity to interact with native speakers, other than your teacher, simply didn't come up. Maybe you knew enough to speak, but you were too insecure in your skills to take advantage of those rare opportunities when you did bump into a native speaker. So now I bet you want another chance to become fluent in a new language. That's what I'm going to show you how to do. If you didn't have the chance to be a student in a foreign language classroom, but you want to learn now, you're in the right place, because the steps in this course don't require any prior foreign language experience. Perhaps you're thinking about how much you really want to learn a foreign language, but your time is limited, and so it just can't take too long. You want to make progress quickly, and you need to be able to use your new language as soon as possible. I also know that many of you are independent learners. You appreciate professional guidance, but want to do it yourself. I understand you because that's how I like to learn as well. I'm going to show you how you can create your own foreign language learning program that is designed to get you the best results in the quickest time. You really should have internet access to make use of all the free learning tools and communities, but as long as you're willing to go out in the world to find and approach native speakers, once I show you the secret for making it feel natural, you can be successful. If your heart is really set on communicating, interacting, and connecting with people who speak a different language, this manual may make your dream of being multilingual come true. How can you become fluent in a new language in just 4 months? Time and effort is the answer for developing and improving any new skill, but I think I've found a way it can be done faster without neglecting any of the many language skills: reading, writing, listening, vocabulary, pronunciation, speaking, and culture. I believe these are all important because just about anyone could simply memorize a bunch of sentences from a phrase book or from a software program or from playing a game online. It is fun to do things like that, but those activities do not result in you actually knowing a new language. For example, you could memorize all the names of the people who work in your favorite restaurant, but that certainly doesn't mean you actually know them. That's why if you can't read, write correctly, or understand the language when it's spoken to you, or you don't know anything about the popular foods, customs, music, or history that the people enjoy, you can't actually know that language. My Faster Fluency manual shows you how to help yourself get into the depths of a new culture while you are developing all of your language skills. How did I learn to build this independent study system? I went to the most successful people I could find, and I studied my diverse group of polyglots from around the world to see how they teach themselves many different languages, almost all on their own. I listened to them in podcasts, I read their blogs, followed their tweets, watched their videos, lurked in discussion boards and forums, and finally discovered which learning activities, study habits, and methods they use and which they all have in common. I noticed that they all engage in effective, concentrated learning activities on a daily basis. Yes, becoming fluent is a daily activity. So who comes to your mind when you think of a super talented person? Do you think this person, musician, artist, plays or paints a little bit once a week, or every now and then, or simply when they find time? Well, not if they're trying to be the best. They know they'll get great by developing their skill all the time. Your language skills are also an art form, the art of words coming directly from your heart to your mouth. I believe you can become fluent fast in a new language with as little as 10 minutes a few times a day, or a 30-minute chunk once a day. Yes, you can take a day off, but if you want to reach your goal super fast, you'll practice at least 30 to 40 minutes every day. Some of the polyglots I follow practice for hours every day. Well, you can't really be surprised to hear that the more time you invest in honing a skill, the faster you'll really be good at it. But it's truly up to you. If you are not in a hurry, then take your time with this work and savor every practice session. The time I spent looking at many dedicated language lovers has resulted in this book. I plan to give you an easy and complete system to become fluent in a new language with the most effective and quickest techniques. This is a step-by-step instructional manual that can result in you not only speaking a foreign language in a few months instead of years, but you'll also have developed reading, writing, listening, grammar, and cultural understanding to help you assimilate into the fun world of foreign lands and people. Here is my recommendation for getting started right now before you even go to the first chapter. Please set up a blog online so you will be able to document your progress and build a support network. It will be really fun to look back at the path you traveled later on when you're fluent and to see your progress over time. Let me give you a preview of what you'll be doing after setting up your online journal. So once you get into this book, you'll hear me explain the importance of pronouncing the sounds of your new language correctly right from the beginning. Practicing phrases from a dialogue is the most popular way to get started. Dialogues provide you with a conversation to practice with right away. You will then practice an unusual way of developing native-like speech patterns while also getting some physical exercise at the same time. You must gain exposure to the basic grammar rules of a language because they are as necessary as knowing the rules of any common board game. Have you ever tried playing a game with someone who doesn't know the rules? It's frustrating for both of you. That's how it is when you speak to people and your grammar is so wrong, they have to guess at everything you're trying to say. So rules must be followed in order for everyone to have fun. Knowing grammar rules also gives you the ability to write out your ideas before you learn to say them spontaneously. I will also recommend you find some native speakers on YouTube. From them, you can learn how to discuss the topics that you are personally interested in. This is a great preparation for a live speaking experience. To help you pull this off, I'll show you what prep materials you need and how to set them up for a decent first experience speaking your new language with a real person. If, after reading this book, you decide that setting up your own program of study is too much work, you'll be happy to know that I've created a finished program for you. I've done all the legwork, written the entire 4-month program for you, and it's ready right now. It follows this book precisely, and all you have to do is enroll in my Time to Learn German course, which is only a click away. You'll immediately be on track for speaking German 4 months from now. Simply click the link below to watch several free previews, and you'll also see it comes with a discount. Congratulations, you are now on your way to speaking a new language.